Let me know when you're going live.
And
Oh, calm down. Oh.
are live. We're live.
What?
Hello. Hello, beautiful people. It's Wura
Hello.
Olaleko here, and you are welcome to this live. You can hear someone in the background. I have an amazing person on this call. This is another episode of Speak with Wura, by the way. We have been we have started a conversation on relationships. We've been talking about relationships. We've been expanding on several topics on that relationship, and I just want to have another conversation today on the topic of relationships. And I want it to be live so you can drop in your questions live. I have someone here who has been here since the start of Speak with Wura on relationships. If you know, you know. And his name is Goodness. For the first time, his video is going to be showing. Yep, for the first time. All this while, we've been hearing his voice, but we've not been seeing his face. This is the face of the person I've been asking all those questions.
Hi,
Hi.
Wura.
Goodness stresses me a lot. I'm just going to put it out there. Goodness stresses me a lot, but we'll try to be demure on this live stream. We'll try our very best. Why are you making that face? Am I lying against you?
Ah, there's no evidence. There's no proof that I do any of the things you just said.
Don't worry. Let's continue this. Let's continue this conversation. We'll see if there is evidence or not. Anywho, I have a couple of topics set out for today's conversation. And I feel like in the conversations we've been having leading up until now, I'm not sure. I might probably feel like that. I might be wrong. But I feel like we've been touching on topics briefly and not really gone in depth on certain things. What do you think? Do you think we've covered what needs to be covered on what we've talked about? Or do you think there are areas that we've kind of probably neglected and we just probably touched on briefly for the sake of the video?
Yeah, I do feel like there are lots of topics that we've not, expanded on. Um, Most times we just try to keep it short. For YouTube, we've been doing 12, 15 minutes videos. So, yeah, I agree with you. There's still a lot of elaborations that can be done to this topic.
But even that 12, 15 minutes video took us like 3 hours to record. Not necessarily. I
Yes,
think
now.
it took us 1 hour to record like a 20 minutes video. So, but I think I want to start with this. This is a comment that I saw in, I don't know if it's the first version we released, which is episode 3. So if you guys are watching and you've not caught up on those episodes, you should definitely catch up on them. This is a comment. Let me see which episode is this. Yes, this is on the video titled Why Don't I Have Friends? That has the thumbnail, You're Not My Friend, I Don't Know You. And the comment was dropped by Gracefully Ken. She says, This conversation is needful, hence why we are still having it. As for this topic, I always say I don't even need PhD in this topic because it's a conversation that's necessary and I've had my experiences with it. I find that many people want friends but don't know how to be one. This I think this is why that video I told you I was working on, this is why that was one of we'll get into it. A lot of people like the idea of, I think even some years back, I saw a couple of people have public friends, public relationships, and we like the idea of having friends. We like what it looks like, but it's like we don't know what it takes or have what it takes to properly nurture those relationships. Like you like the idea of a very good, successful relationship, but are you sure you want to put in the work? And in conversations with people, I think I realized that not everybody knows what necessarily is required to invest or to properly nurture relationships. So we'll talk about that today. What did I say? She says, I've come to learn that you meet different people in different seasons of life. Yep. Friendships require both people. I don't see how someone can call someone a friend and they only speak once a year and barely no conversation on this topic. This we live in a time where people fancy titles but don't want to be committed in the role of being a friend. Adulting is already not easy, and having these healthy conversations can help in so many ways. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Gracefully Ken, for this comment. I think we can start the conversation from here, because one of the topics I have is we live in such a connected world. Like in history, this is the generation that has access to so much information, so much resources that are supposed to make it easy for us to connect. Yet we are one of the loneliest generation. And it's wild because we now have easy access to people, the people we want to speak with, the people we want to be friends with, that we are in relationships with. We now have a way to reach them at our fingertips, yet we are lonely. And I wanted to talk on that, on especially would I say surface level relationships. How it feels like we know so many people, yet we are still so alone. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic and it's very broad. I feel like it's a topic that can be looked at from different perspectives. Now, when you
Okay.
were talking about how this generation is one that the technological advancement makes connection very easy, very possible. One other thing that it does that we seem to ignore or neglect or forget is that it also makes it very possible for people to portray one aspect of their life.
Yeah.
About friendship, online, and we just want to be part of it. It looks glamorous, and we just like the idea of it.
Yeah.
There's also I've also noticed it with romantic relationships as well. I know that's not the topic we are on, but I see it as very easy for people to understand using that example. Now, people see dating. There was the time that this dating lifestyle was popular on YouTube, like two people, like couples lifestyle, and they would just show you glimpse of how their lives are, and people just they just wish they have it, all those things on YouTube. I don't know if you were familiar. That was like 3, 4, 5 years ago. Now, one thing that I found as the issue there is you only see an hour max of this person's 24 hours online, and you connect with that aspect of that person, but you don't know, or you ignore in your head. Your head does not process that there's a lot more to this person than what you see online, what this person portrays. And in comparison with the past generations, when people want to socialize, people actually go out and meet with people. And when you meet with people, you see more. Do you understand? There's less that you can hide in person than online. You can hide more online than you can in person. So, I mean, obviously, physical appearance is the first thing that you cannot hide in person, but you can hide online. Then more things when you start to know people. So, I feel like that is one angle to look at it from. And another angle to look at it from is that this generation of people are exposed, everyone is exposed. Things seem to be very, very fast paced. Like everyone is. So people are less concerned about intricate things, about details, about very, very important stuff. People just want that surface, fast paced level thing. So, everything to be done fast, 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 and becoming friends with someone. Like you just meet someone, you already feel like you're friends. You don't really care about the deeper parts. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So I feel like life, or generally technological advancements and all these things have made people be more interested in fast-paced stuff. So that is another factor that contributes to this. That's just
Thank
what
you,
I think about
guys.
it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think I agree with you, and I think we live in an era of convenience. One of the things that has affected us is convenience. You know, would I say when you strive or invest in something, you value it more than when you have it easy. You might not value it as much. I was reading a book where this woman talked about she was talking about her love story, how she met her husband, and she mentioned how they lived in different towns or cities, and the way they were able to connect, the way they were able to communicate was through letters. Letters that might not be delivered until after 6 weeks. So when he was responding to her letter, she wasn't necessarily sure which letter she was responding to because of how much time had passed. And she gave us a glimpse of some of the letters they exchanged and the sheer volume, the intentionality in how the word was crafted. We don't have that now. And I was telling my sister how now you are reaching out to somebody and you're saying hi, you're saying sup. We are having little to no conversation because of how convenient it is. There were times that we would communicate and express ourselves in detail. We would take our time to share. When somebody asks you, how are you are going into detail how you actually are doing. But now, how are you? Fine, without even thinking. So I think convenience, then communication. I think the convenience has impacted our communication. So we are not communicating as much, not necessarily in frequency, but quality of communication. We are so distracted, giving ourselves to so many things that we are not giving intentionality to a conversation. So you are in a conversation with somebody, but you're still being distracted by your phone. You are somewhere else. You're in a conversation with somebody, we are looking somewhere else. You're in a conversation with somebody, you're thinking about some other thing. Because there are so many things screaming for our attention. And for
Mm.
relationships to work, really, there needs to be intention in the communication. Intention in the communication. Na clock it. I've started. Sorry. But
I
yeah, there
think
needs to be intention in the communication. And you also mentioned something about how it's easy to hide so many things online. See, it's so easy to put up a facade like, yeah, okay, but deep down, there are a lot of people that they don't have you, if you have eaten today, will it show on your face? No, it wouldn't. If is like it wouldn't. As opposed to when we're in each other's physical spaces where if I'm not in a good mood, you can see that I'm not in a good mood. But if I'm not in a good mood, I'm not going to take up my phone and take a selfie and post or do something. I would only come up when I feel good enough too. So we don't get to, and relationships to work, we don't just show up in relationships when we feel like it. We show up whether we feel like it or not. We are vulnerable in spite of how we feel, even when it's inconvenient. There is that safety in relationships. But with social media, there's no safety. There is no safety in social media. Like you try and say you want to be safe. Just try to want to be safe online. It's a wild place to be. So
at all. And sorry, I wanted to touch on something that you mentioned. You mentioned something about convenience. Then when you started talking about people, there was something I wanted to touch on. I don't remember how I was linking it to what you said, but it's about how people do not have. Maybe it's something we'll still talk about later. Yeah. This the fact that people don't have this openness to strangers, if you will, or like to other
I didn't
people.
get that.
So people would just
Some
say,
people don't have one.
for openness. For instance, let me give the example you cited now. When someone asks you, "How are you?" you just say, "I'm fine."
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
some people feel getting into details is they don't feel safe, or some people have these mindsets that everyone is looking for something to use against them, or something like that. So if they tell you,
Yes.
air their business and some stuff, and that is something that has always bothered me. I'm a person that has made it my mission to kind of like correct that mindset. So it's not, I've seen that it's not very easy. And I understand why people have that mindset because from experiences, you share with some people and then you come around to regret it later on and stuff like that. So, I mean, once bitten, twice shy, things like that. So you learn to adapt, you learn to keep some things to yourself. You become wary of sharing too much. But I still feel like
Yeah.
in in relationships or in friendships, you have to take that step. And I feel like I might be jumping the gun here because I think we still have some of these things, planned to talk about. But that's where trust comes in. That's where you know some of these things come in. But yeah, let's just continue. Sorry that I diverted. Yeah.
No, no, no. It's fine. I'm coming. It's fine because hmm, I think we talked about it the last time where in trust you kind of give somebody a part of you, you give them a level of vulnerability and check how they respond to it, because honestly nobody is perfect. We don't have it all
Mm,
figured out. We are all trying to figure things out, and we come from different backgrounds, we have different experiences, we are exposed differently. So we might not always agree on certain things, and not everybody you meet or start out being friends with will necessarily be your friend for a while. We choose friendships based on our interaction with people. You get to interact with people and you over time get to decide, yeah, I want to keep being friends with this person, or no, I don't think I want to keep being friends with this person. And one of the things we analyze, I think maybe I'll just talk on it in these videos, which is foundations of every healthy relationship. The foundations of every healthy relationship. And I feel like I don't want to talk on it in this video, and the center I want to talk on it. But let's see how it goes. One of which is trust.
mm.
I don't see the point of saying you are friends with somebody or you are in a relationship with somebody and you do not trust the person, and you are constantly looking over your shoulder, or something you mentioned about you don't want to, there was a way you put it, you don't want to be, I'm trying to remember how you put it, more like
Forgotten that
you
way.
I forgot it too, more like
I don't out or something. Like you don't want to be vulnerable, or you don't want to
yes, you don't want them to have what they can
in
use
advance.
against you. Yes, you don't want them to have an advantage or a leverage. And I feel like it's tiring living life like that. It's tiring saying, what then are we doing? Because I believe that
Exactly.
we're not designed to do life alone. And if I'm going to do
Ex-
life with you, if I've decided I'm going to do life with you, we are going to be in a relationship. And when I mention relationship in this conversation, it's not just romantic relationship. You even wash your brain. That's not the only form of relationship we have in 2026. We have friendships, we have relationships, we have partnerships.
exactly. And he was. Can you hear me?
I lost you for a bit.
Hello.
I can, don't worry. It's my network. I'm back now.
Hey.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm back now. I
I,
was saying,
I was saying
yeah.
something.
Oh, more of
Continue.
there. I was saying there are different types of relationships. So it's not just romantic relationship, friendships, colleagues, relationship at work,
Yeah.
acquaintance, relationship in church, communities, mentor-mentee relationships, different all forms of
Yeah,
relationship
acquaintance
basically.
though, but
To to be sincere, I think I heard someone say, I can't remember who exactly, say something about we we probably wanted to be friends, but over time we realized we cannot be friends, and that's fine. That doesn't mean I won't talk to you. That doesn't mean we won't say hello when we see. we would maintain contact, but not as close as we would have wanted it to be for one reason or the other. And that is okay. It's not a bad thing to know
I think
people and not be connected with them. You
yeah,
want to say
yeah. I
something?
think friendship needs to yeah, I think friendship needs to be redefined for the public. People need to know what friends I think fine, that was the essence of the first video. That was what we were addressing. But it still feels like it's not fully addressed. I think
Yeah, it feels
friendship
like
needs to be
digression.
defined so that people know there's a difference between friends and I
Mhm.
know this person.
Yeah,
There's a there's a there's a
there's a
difference
big
between friends and we went to school together. I could still call someone from time to time, still talk to someone from time to time, but we are not friends. For
difference.
instance, it could be work. I have okay, I am in a school. What the hell, long story. I don't want to get into details of that. And I have people in that school that I call and send a message to from time to time because
Yeah,
I want to get updates on what's going on in the school. But
yeah,
also so that I don't look like you know, only calling them for that. Once in a while, I ask, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you good?" This and that. We are not necessarily friends.
yeah.
I only our relationship is, schoolmates. Sort of we are
Mm-hmm.
classmates. But
Mm-hmm.
because I call you from time or even check on you to see if you are fine, does not mean we are friends. So people really need to, and because we are not friends, does not mean we are enemies. That's another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
We are not friends, does not mean we are enemies. I don't
yeah.
have anything against any, but friendship is something unique, something defined. And maybe my own kind of person, me, I love clarity in every form of interaction I have with people, every form
Mm-hmm.
of relationship. I want clarity. And this thing it has stuck with me since for a very long time. If it is not spelled out, don't assume to an extent, not all the time. Fine, there are some things that this is something we also touched on in one of our episodes. There are some things that you don't have to spell out, like you don't have to say sometimes, but generally you will know. So don't assume friendship when there's no friendship, and don't assume we are fighting when we are not friends. I just wanted to keep that in.
I think that's one important thing because, like you said, while you were talking about the school, the fact that we communicate every day does not mean we are friends. There is the wisdom or something called interpersonal relationship where we are connected by work or by study or by a particular project or by something. However, we do not have a personal relationship. We just try to maintain relationship because, like I said earlier, we're designed for connection. We're not designed to do life alone. So I can't work with you. I spend most of my time at work. I can't work with you and not chip in one or two things here. Now, what differentiates that relationship from a friendship relationship is, in my opinion, intentionality. Because the
Yes,
expectations from that work relationship to now personal relationship is different. I can't
yes,
say if we work together, we're working on a project. If I come to work and I'm a bit moody, you're going to know that I'm a bit moody. You'll probably see it on my face. I ask me, oh, what's going on? And I might share as much detail as I'm open to sharing. As opposed to when I get back home and I call my actual friend and tell my friend what's going on and we walk through it together.
yeah,
But now, if this other person starts to feel like because you've had one or two personal conversations, we are friends, how do you draw that line? I think, like you said, definitions. We are too old or too mature to leave certain things for assumptions. And we addressed it in
mm,
that first video. If you want something, ask. I like you. I want to be your friend. Let's be friends. Full stop.
Yes. Yes.
If you want to marry somebody, I like you. I want us to do life together. Let's go. If you like
Yes.
this thing of trying to be, I think I would say we've been hurt a lot, because when we think about the things that we've been hurt by and the things that the previous generation have been hurt by, I feel like our threshold is has been watered
Levels
down.
change. Exactly.
What's the worst that's going to happen? No.
But
You want
have
something?
you been seen that meme of the
Yes.
worst
What's
you
what
can
that's going
say?
to happen? And then you actually see terrible things that people say. I don't know where those people manufacture their soul from. Their soul needs to be
Ah,
washed by the word of God. Because why are you wicked?
exactly. Classification.
So yeah, definitions really clarified. I think this way we've already started speaking into my notes on foundations, because definition is number two. Definition is number two. Define the
Yeah.
relationships.
What I wanted to say about that is this. I find it funny that I want to say I understand it, or I
Okay.
used to understand it, but now I don't understand it anymore because we are adults, like you
Yep.
said, and even the Bible says, "Ask and it shall be given unto you."
Don't
The Bible
stress
does
me.
not say, "Give signs,
Give hints. Give
give
hints.
signs,
Yes.
and they
Drop
would not give hints."
drop hints and they will know what to
Exactly.
do. Oh my
When you want
god.
something, exactly. When you want something, decree. See, the Bible is full of emphasis. Decree a thing, and it shall be established. So you have to pronounce. You have to use your tongue. You have to use your words. And these days, sef, if you cannot use your words and you stammer, you can type and send a message
Hmm.
if that's what works for you forever. But you have to. People are so scared of, and like I said, I used to understand it, but I used to understand, okay, rejection or this or blah 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 blah. I get that, but you cannot get anything out of life if you do not go for it. That's
Yeah.
one thing about life.
Yeah.
You have to. The principles of life is plant, sow, and reap. That's the
Yeah.
principle of life. And sow and reap is not just in the agricultural sense. In fact, it's not just in the financial sense at all. I'm the kind of person that I apply it, and maybe it's because of experiences I have in filmmaking too. We call something planting and payoff. You plant
Hmm.
something, and at the end of the day, after a couple scenes, you see it play off. So
Yeah.
maybe because of that, I've taken that and applied it into every part of my life. In that, if you want something, you have to give something for it. So if you want friendship with someone, you have to go ahead and state it. And if this person says no, you can go further and ask for reason. They are not obliged to give you reason though, but they are obliged to give you a response. Yes or no.
Hmm.
And also, if you are being asked as a person, we have to learn in this time and age that saying no or disappointing people is not the end of the world. There are lots to come. Because to being asked, okay, I want to be friends with you, and you now feel like, oh, I don't want to be cruel, or oh, I don't want to hurt this person. Don't do it. It's not worth it on the
Yeah.
long run because you are going to end up in a relationship that you don't want. See, I'm saying these things, and it's looking like surface level. That's what everybody says. But I'm saying this thing out of experience. You have to stand your ground. It is not easy to stand your ground at all. I've experienced that. It is not easy. And sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't want to hurt this person. And this person is a lovely person. Then do it in a way that is, not, don't have to be brutal about it. Give reasons, explain, and whatever, whatever. And, you know, and have it, put it across like that. But don't live in assumptions and don't live in manipulate, like deceiving in deceit. It will not live in deceit. That is something that is very, very dangerous, and it would have its repercussive effect on the long run.
People on this
I think
table,
people need to learn that.
I call
There are a lot
them
of people
witch.
on the table. They,
It's manipulation and witchcraft, 5 and 6. So if you're manipulating somebody, you don't need to be flying at night. You're a wish. You you are a wish. Wishy
definitely.
wishy. I think I heard someone say that if you ask somebody to be friends with you and they say no, be grateful because they saved you
Exactly.
wasted time and effort. As opposed to when someone doesn't really want to be friends with you but is too scared to say no to you because they don't want to hurt you. And then over time, the relationship will not work out. It will not. You will find yourself constantly pouring, and this person is not giving you their best because they don't see you in that light. And it is more exhausting. And like you said, it will hurt more than if you're just gotten the no in the first place. Get the no and move on. And I think another thing I've learned is we need to learn to put ourselves out there. Don't always wait for people to be friends with you. Don't always wait for somebody to come and reach out to you. You see somebody you like, say hello. That's one of the things that I've learned. Before, I used to be so scared, so shy, so introverted, so whatever, whatever. Now, I really don't fear anybody. If I want to be friends with you, I'm gonna ask you. If I don't want, like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I can literally walk up to anybody on the road. Hi, I love your hair. I love your outfit. I love your. And then we exchange contact. We try out the to communicate. We try communicating. We try keeping in touch. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. Take the risk. Put yourself out there. Let's go out on a date. Like, let's go out. Let's go and have fun. Let's go to amusement park. Let's go somewhere. Life is worth living. Like, just stop waiting for things to come at you. Stop, because I've been at a point where I see quality relationships and I'm like, oh my god, I want friends. And I'm saying I want friends, but I don't go out, I don't reach out to people, I don't nurture relationships. I just expect that, yeah, I want friends and I'll have friends because I want friends. Eh.
What happens?
So
See,
step out of your
whenever
comfort zone.
we
Yeah.
see that we are someone has given something for it, so are you willing to make the sacrifices or give what is required to have that thing? So if you feel like that's what me I sometimes used to, console myself, or if you will. I've seen people that are so great with friends, like outside, they are so, everybody, it seems like everybody loves them and all
Everybody
of that.
loves them, everybody
And I'm,
knows them, yeah.
yeah, and I'm like, well, I've not put myself, am I willing to make myself that person?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll think about it, and if I know I'm not willing, then it's fine. I'm not going to have that. So it that's how I see my life. Like I said before, if you're willing to give what it takes, you will definitely have it. So give what it takes to have what you want. That's how I see things, and that's how I live my life.
Let's talk about situationships. I feel like this word, it was not a statement. I don't think I heard it 5, 10 years ago. I think it recently became a thing, and I don't get it. I, Wura Olalekan, sincerely do not get it. I don't know if you do. I want to give us a glimpse into it. But I've heard people talk about things like how it even hurts more, like situationships even hurts more than relationship heartbreak because you don't even know what you were to this person, which boils down to one of the things we started discussing, which is definitions. There is no time
Now,
to be investing carelessly. I
exactly.
love you, I want to marry you, let's marry, and then we, like, go straight to the point. I want to be
Surely,
your
straight to
friend. Oh, I just like the idea of you. I just like hanging around with you. I don't really want anything. I feel like if we are being honest, we will solve a lot of rubbish on our hands. But a lot of people don't want to be honest. A lot of people don't want to take the risk. A lot of people, that snake behavior of trying to do something under the guise of something. You don't want to put yourself out there. You want to eat your cake and have it. You don't want to commit
That
to a relationship, but you want to enjoy the benefits of being in a relationship in wish.
green snake, green grass type of thing. What see this situationship thing? I think I started hearing it like hearing the word situationship 2023. I don't know if that makes me old or whatever. 2023, 2024. That was when I started hearing the word situationship, and
Yeah.
I did not. I got to ask someone what he actually meant last year. This, the word talking stage self, the phrase talking stage self. I did not know what it actually meant. Not like I I understood the concept, but I did not ask someone
I don't
to
understand the
explain it to
concept.
me. I felt like I just had an idea that okay. So it feels weird to me because talking stage, talking to someone like
What are you talking about?
like you talk to your friends, talking stage, what's that? So for around that kind of last year, someone was like explaining some of these things to me, and again, it really doesn't make sense. It's just situationship is according to the way the person put it to, and the way me I understand it. I may be wrong, for your viewers might know the real definition. It's like what you said. You you're not in a defined romantic relationship with someone, but you're enjoying the benefits of being in a defined romantic relationship with that person.
Yeah.
Really, now it is possible. It is known on both sides. It's possible one side knows, one other side is in the dark, stuff like that. And I don't see the point. I don't
Because
see
you're
the
an
point of
adult.
it
When you like
because
somebody, you know that you like somebody. You know that you want something more from this conversation. So why are you?
exactly since I would not lie, I have been a child before, and that's why I still say okay. I used to understand some of these things, but post my first ever relationship 2021, post that I have become a person that is very direct with what I want. And I'll tell you upfront, this person, okay, I do not like you like this. I do not see you as this. This is how I see you. This is the relationship we can have. Does it work for you? If it does, fine. If it does not work for you, fine. Um, I have experienced some heartbreaks, not even from romantic relationships, though, like in life generally. And I have realized that I move on from them, which means every other person also moves on from their heartbreaks. So when someone comes to me with um whatever a proposition, maybe they want this either friendship or romantic relationship. I have had some people come to me for romantic relationship. I can
Shey.
explain to I can explain to them, okay, this is where I am at in my life right now, and this is what I want for my life right now. And for you, this is what we can have. This is what we cannot have. I have started doing that. And what it does is, see, at first, when you do it, when you tell this person that this is what I want, at first, the person, well, depending, the people that I have met, at first, the person might feel bad, blah, blah, blah. You may not talk for a day or two and stuff. But I noticed that most times they actually understand and they act accordingly. And it saves, and the first time I did it and that happened, I was like, so why do people not do this? Because it saves you of so much stress that you will go through when you
Why do people?
um agree, when you like agree to be this with this person and you don't want to. I've seen guys that I've seen some guys that I know that are in two relationships, two romantic relationships, and they are telling this person, "I love you," they're telling this person, "I love you," and behind the scenes, they actually go through a lot of stress trying to make sure this person does not know that this person, like, a lot of unnecessary. And I'm like, why? Why? What's the point? And then for one, they'll say, "Ah, they don't want to disappoint this person," or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, this person will still see so many disappointments in their lives to come. Like, it's not a curse. Life is full of
Yeah.
ups and downs. There's no how you go through life and not stumble. In fact, if you go through life and you don't stumble, ah, only you. Because eventually when you will stumble, you will not be able to cope with it. So life is full of lots of disappointments. You have to experience these things so that when you experience them on a bigger stage of life, you can cope with it. We are too young to be doing all these things, and we are also too old. I don't know which I should pick because when I look at it, when I look at my life, I've only experienced a fraction of the number of years that I still have. So why bother myself with? I don't know, Sha, maybe it's the way I think. So be direct, be intentional. This is what I want, and this is what I can have right now. But then you also have to know what you want for yourself. And I think there's a problem there because some people don't even know what they want for themselves. Some people don't know what stage they are in their lives. If you ask some people, okay, what does getting married look like for you? I don't know. Some people have no plan. I think that's another topic. I feel like I'm deviating already. But some people have no plans. They have
No
no
plan, no
structure to their life,
expectation.
no expectation. So when one person comes, fine. The person goes, fine.
No standard.
Just go with the flow. No standard. That's another thing. You can be friends with anybody. Ah, there's something wrong. Being friends with everybody. It's that's another topic. Yeah. I don't want to keep deviating. I feel like I deviated.
I wanted to say something around, I think some years back, I had a conversation with somebody and we're asking the difference between dating and courting, and how dating seems like a Western culture and courting is more of a Nigerian or
Yeah.
Christian church culture.
Yeah.
But now I think I
Oh,
understand what we call situationship is basically dating. I see somebody, I like them, I want to get to know them and access if we can take things further, if we can commit to being in a relationship. I think the thing with a romantic relationship is we have both decided that we are going to commit to each other. But dating is upon first contact, probably met somewhere, we got attracted to each other. I don't know anything about you yet, but I want to get to know you. And sincerely, from one or two conversations, you can tell if you want to go on another date with this person. From the first date, there are certain things, if you as a person have standards, have values, have expectations, have things you look out for in a partner, from the first date, you can tell if you want to go on another date with this person or not. So in one or two, a couple of dates, you both can already decide if you are willing to commit to this relationship or you want to stop seeing each other. If you're not ready to commit, stop dating. But no, you enjoy this person's company, which I think piggies back to the fact that a lot of people are lonely,
okay.
and any
I want to talk on.
opportunity to have some form of connection with somebody, we hold on to it without boundaries and without self-respect.
Can you hear me?
Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. You want to do something?
Hold on. Sorry, I need to check my. I changed my AirPods and I'm not sure if you can hear me because I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you
you
now.
clearly. I can still hear you. Don't do what I think you're about to do. I can hear you.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
you did. Yes, I can.
Can you
I've
like
been saying I can
switch
hear
me
you.
to the not being on the show? I cannot hear anything.
You can't? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I can. Can you hear me now? I think I'm ready.
All right. So you can hear me clearly now, right? No, no, I can't hear you.
Now I can hear you. I can hear you now. Can you? I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can I can hear you too. Network it was lagging. I was saying something about from the from the first few
Dating, romantic
conversations.
relationship. You said
Yeah,
dating.
from the first few conversations or dates, you can tell if you want to keep on dating this person. But the issue now is we are people are so lonely
Yeah.
that
I can hear you. Can I hear you again? I don't know if it's my network or yours. Maybe yours? Maybe mine. Can you still hear me? No, it's a network.
hello, what are you doing?
Are you back now? I
Yes,
think it's your network.
it's my network. Sorry about that. I was saying, what was I
It's your
saying?
network, yeah.
Yeah, so people are so lonely that they now
Saying
take that
some
crumb
people
of
first date. So,
and just take whatever it is that gets thrown at them. Have standards. Decide that this is what I want from friends. This is what I want from a romantic relationship. This is what I want from this kind of relationship. And yeah, have standards. Don't be cheap. Anybody and everybody can just enter your DM, and
I
before you
was
know,
I
they know
was
you.
going to say something
They
on
know
that.
you.
You said dating feels like a Western. Can you hear me?
Feels like a what?
Can you hear me? Hello?
You said dating feels like a what?
Hmm? Network provider. Like you said, dating is the Western form, then courtship
Oh
is
yeah, I think
the
we had the
um,
yeah the
spiritual
term.
one, and you start
Mm-hmm.
from there. And what I was going to say about it is, okay, there was a part that you said for dating, maybe you want to get to know the person first. You know, you meet someone, you want to get to know the person, and then to see if you be willing to commit. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, if you both want to commit, yes.
Yeah. In my opinion, I feel like if you want to get to know someone better, be friends with them. Be friends. And there's nothing wrong with moving friendship to the level of a romantic relationship. That is another topic that we touched on. but we did not really buttress. I feel like people are so scared of. I've had someone say, "Ah, I can never marry my friend, or I can never date my friend," and I'm like, "What do you want to
What's
do?
wrong with you?
Oh, or a stranger? What do you want to do? Who do you want to get married to?" Like, I don't know. I don't understand it.
I
The
think my own
person you date
perspective on that
would.
is
Okay.
I think my perspective on that is when because sincerely, when you start out being friends with somebody, you know within yourself that you want something more than friendship. Why are you wasting time? Because I don't know if it's like that for all ladies, but you can get comfortable being friends that I don't know, a part of me feels like betrayal. You can get to know somebody while being friends with the person. But don't start out as I want to be your friend, knowing fully well that your initial motive is not friendship. You can observe somebody without contact. You can get to know people around them. There are wiser ways to like get to know somebody without necessarily getting into their space. But when you know that you don't just want to be friends, because when you guys are dating, you'll be friends, you'll be more than friends. When you know you don't just want to be friends, don't try to come under that guise, because I've seen ladies who I find it ridiculous. It might be my preference. I know, you know, me, I don't know. But you know that you want something more than friends. Then why start with the guys of in the getting to know each other in dating, you guys will be friends. You will talk like friends. You will exchange friendship and more communication. There will be that level of vulnerability and even more. So just go straight to the point. Because the being friends to me seems like playing safe. And you might even decide to be friends with somebody, and during the friendship realize that I think we'll just remain friends. I think I don't want to. This person is not really what I thought or what I expect. So I think I'd rather just stay friends with this person and let my emotions slide. But again, my preference.
And I see. I think I'm going to agree. I had a different opinion, but when you explained, I see
Because
where you're
that's what
coming from,
dating is.
and I agree with
Dating
you.
is the communication before the commitment. Dating is the getting
Yes,
to know you before the committing to you. I can go on a date with this person today,
yes,
and next week go on a date with another person. I am communicating with different people. But when I now decide I'm committing to this person, there's a word for it. Um, I've forgotten that word. There's a particular word I'm trying to look for.
good.
But yeah, I'm now committed to this person. I'm not seeing another person again. So any other guy that's come my way, it's just gonna be friends. There's nothing more. Instead of doing
Mm,
talking stage
I,
for how many months, you people know what you
yes,
both know what you want. You both know what exactly it's.
I,
I think we talking stage has become a mask for fear of commitment or
yes,
unhealed trauma or hurt. You are scared that this person might break your heart or this might happen. Then break off the communication and go and heal. Break off the communication and sort out whatever needs to be sorted in your heart instead of wasting somebody's time communicating with them, because your emotions are invested in that talking stage. Your time is invested in that talking stage. You guys are already being committed without being committed. And you are wasting somebody's time from taking another person seriously because they're kind of taking you seriously, but not taking you seriously because they're not sure they are taking you seriously. What's all that rubbish? I don't have a fair government, don't have to toast me, go toast me. Don't like what's all that? So that's
I
talking stage.
I agree with that. Your take on dating. So it's like, and one thing I've noticed about fine from movies. I've not lived in the Western world yet, but one thing I've noticed is during that dating period until the commitment, the phrase "I love you" is usually not used. The
So there
word
are
love is not
boundaries
me.
in that phase. There are boundaries for that phase.
Yeah. There are boundaries for that exactly. And using the word love is usually an indication of taking it to the next level. But in Nigeria, a guy will walk up to a stranger and say,
I
"I love
love you.
you. Let's start." And I'm like, you know what it means? You know what
You know
love
what?
means? Like
Yeah.
this
Do you
person,
know what
no,
it
shut
means?
up. You don't love this person, no.
Is your
Exactly.
battery
So
low or something, or is it your airport? I can hear a
that
beeping
sound
sound.
does
I've switched it. Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now. Yeah, clearly.
Hold on.
I can hear you. Klala. Kalala.
you can hear me, right? I'm back.
Yep. Yep. Back
My
like you
my
never
pod,
left.
my pod is the issue. I have a couple. I have like 40% on my pod. Let's see how long it lasts.
Alright, we should round up soon.
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Look at you.
I'm still showing. You can still see me, right?
Yep.
I'm back. Put me on.
Back like you never left. So
Okay.
you were saying something about how that commitment, that statement, "I love you," becomes an indication of commitment and taking that dating phase to the next level. Which I think, yeah, is one indication. Because again,
Yes.
when we ask, what is love?
Yes.
When
Yes.
you say you love somebody, what does it mean? What does it mean to you?
Are you asking me to explain to define love?
I'm asking the audience, but you can answer. You can answer, and you guys
One thing
also
I've
too
always
can
done
answer.
is
Comment. What does
take
love mean to
my
you?
definitions. Yeah. I started. I don't know if you can hear me. I take my definitions from the Bible on things like love, trust, blah 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 blah. And one thing I want to say about love before I define love is absolute. There is no. I don't believe that you say I love you small, I love you big, I love you. I feel like love is love. Fine, I know that there are different types of love. There is agape love, there is the philo, there's the one you have with your family, there's the one you have with. And I do agree that yes, love grows. But when you love someone, I believe love is beyond a feeling. The feeling probably grows on you. But there's an intentionality that comes with love. Love is deciding to choose this person and, you know, whatever it takes for this person. That's how me I say it. And I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong. Because with with God, God decided to love us. God has not seen us. He has not before.
Before you were born.
Okay, goodness, now I can't see you. I think you has dropped off the call. I'm not asking because goodness is not here. While I wait for him to While I wait for him to join us, uh, join us back. I can see some people here. Let me drop it, something in the chat. W's in the chat. The first time I heard that thing, I'm like, what the heck is W's in the chat? And I don't think I still don't think I get it. But W W. Oh, I did not think I was going to get a literal W in the chat. Wow. I see a W in the chat. W. All right. I think Goodness is back, but I don't think he's ready to join us yet. Goodness, let me know when you're ready. We're talking about W. You guys, let me send you a link. My guys are here. W.
People have joined live.
What'd you say?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but I can't add you back. Okay, I can add you.
Can you hear yourself? Can you
Yeah,
hear yourself?
I can hear myself. No, not from your
Like
end.
from my end.
Nope.
Okay. But I've just done this all along. This is me using my pods and everything.
So we're talking about what love
I'm not using
is.
pods
You
anymore.
were defining what love means to you, and I wanted
Okay.
you to finish.
Yes. Okay. So I feel like I was going round, but I was aiming at something.
You're going somewhere. You had the
So to
destination.
me, love is yes. To me, and this is where I took my definition of love from. God said, um, God has loved us even before some of us were ever born. Before and God could have wiped out the earth when the first man sinned and started again, recreated other humans or whatever. Fine, there are reasons for that. I don't want to go into theology now, but God decided out of love still. Then the greatest act of love, he gave his own son. So I am picking out, you know, characteristics of love from that. One of them is the sacrifice. One of them um
Goodness,
is the
I want
fact
to
that it is
I want to cut
intentional.
I want to cut you for a bit. So when you say you love somebody, what does that mean to you? If you're going to make a
To me,
statement, yes, yeah. When you tell somebody I love you,
okay.
what do you have in mind? What does it mean to you?
When I
And I
tell
think that's
some
what I want everybody to like clarify. When you make that statement I love you to somebody, what does that mean to you? What does that statement mean to you?
when I say I love you and it is on a romantic relationship
Both
basis,
romantic
on basis of
and
a
not
romantic relationship.
any. So you can split it. You can say what it means in a romantic relationship. You can say what it means in friendships or any other kind of relationship.
Now, when I say I love you in a romantic relationship, what I am saying is that I have chosen this person to spend, to give my all to for the rest of my life.
Damn, bam, that's it.
That's why
That's it. That's what I wanted to say. Love is a choice. Like I have chosen you. Bam,
it's a choice.
bam. But this longer truth that is making you tell 5 people I love you is problem. So that's the thing. I think these foundations are things that we don't understand or we've not solidified. When I say I love you, especially in a romantic relationship, I had made a choice to commit myself to you in pretty and in ugly. with your imperfections. I understand that you are not perfect. I understand that you are this, but I'm committing to make sacrifices for you. I'm committing to support you, to show up for you, to I'm sure committing to you. Same with a platonic relationship. Same with another kind of relationship. When I say I love you, I am choosing you as a person. I am choosing you as a friend. I am choosing you as whatever kind of relationship we are in. I am choosing to commit to you. Simple. I don't expect you to be perfect. You are human. You're not perfect. You have flaws. You have whatever. But I still choose you. I still choose to be honest with you. I still choose to trust you. I still choose to support you when it's not convenient. I choose to make those sacrifices. So then we now see those qualities where we now see First Corinthians 13 that says, love is kind, love is patient. Because I have chosen to love you, I am not going to be patient with you. I'm going to understand you. I'm going to listen to you even when it's not convenient. Because I have decided, I have chosen to love you. I'm going to so like simple. So
And
I think
I feel like you don't know this until you experienced it to an extent. To an extent. So fine, you can know it on
true,
paper, but
true,
experience
true.
kind of teaches you what love is. I had a friend who I ran away from. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know
You
if it's
said
my
you had a
or the
from.
reception is bad on your end. I think it's on your end. But if you can hear me, I'll continue.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Is it on my end? Is it on your end?
I
What's
can
going
hear you
on?
clearly. I can't see you clearly because
Can you still see me?
the visual is frozen, but I can hear you, but I can't see you. I can hear you, but I can't see you. Are you still there? Can you can you I think you want to drop off and join back in. You guys, I'm literally responding to your chat. Like I said, even messages. I was wondering what's going on. And I opened the message and I'm like, nah, this can't be what you guys are saying. Nah, no, no. I'm not going to open your message again. Goodness is back, you guys. Goodness, I can see that you're back, but I can't see you yet. I can't see your video. Okay, I can see you now, but I
Can
can't
you hear
hear.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hoo, 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 hoo. All right, where were we?
Yeah, I was saying something about experiencing love to know the definition of it.
Yes.
And I was going to use an example of a friend that I had who I was running away from because I felt I was disappointed. Like I had done something that I knew the person would be like I expected the person. Let me use that word. Expected the person to be disappointed in me for or in or whatever. But the the person kept coming, and eventually, when I would like open up to this person that okay, this is what I had done, this is why I was running from you, the person was like, why? I was like, it's fine. And the person handled it so well, and it made me to like understand or realize that when you love someone, even as a friend, you love them in their entirety, including their flaws. Like you said, no one is perfect. Everyone will make a mistake at some point in their lives. Everyone will make a mistake. And when you love someone, fine, it's not like you ignore the mistakes they make, but you understand that, fine, they've made a mistake. Okay, what is next? You think of that person the same way you would think of yourself in the way I'll put it. When you make a mistake yourself, you realize I've done this. If you love yourself, you would start looking at okay, what's next? You don't condemn yourself. Because there are people that eventually now condemn themselves and become worse. So it is applicable to yourself as to your friend. That's what I think.
Which I agree with you, because for someone who has not experienced what love is, they judge, or they look at love with the lens of what they've experienced. So the way I have what I've experienced love to be is what I'll most likely reciprocate. And I think it makes sense now how people give what they think love is. People show the love they think love is, which I like how you brought it from an angle of God, because that's the perfect depiction of love. If your love is not, if you've not experienced the love of God, you cannot reciprocate what love actually is. There would be loopholes in what you term love. Love and infatuation is not the same thing. Love and loss is not the same thing. Love and obsession is not the same thing. We have
Oh,
kind of mixed these things, intertwined these things with love, which that's not what love is. That's not
yeah,
it. So
absolutely.
going back to the father of love, the one who is love himself, and understanding and experiencing his love will help us better love people. And I think I was talking with someone where there was something somebody did that hurt me, and we're trying to analyze what's the best thing to do in this situation. And in that moment, I'm like, I'm a Christian. I'm a person of love. I'm supposed to express love to people. So what would love do? What would Jesus do? What would love do? And I decided to handle that thing with love. And it was after that I looked at it externally and realized that was wisdom, but love informed that action and decision that I made, which is another foundation of of every healthy relationship that I wanted to touch on. That's even number one. Love. Every form of relationship should be built on love. When I love you, I will be patient with you. I'll listen to you. There's so many things we experience in relationships that we will not necessarily experience once love is at the foundation.
I feel like people do not understand love at all.
Yep,
Lots of
yep.
people do not. If even sorry, even religious Christians. I want to
Mm.
mention that. And it bothers me when someone makes a mistake, for instance, and the next thing you're doing is to look for ways to put their mistake, like to ridicule the person even more.
That's not love.
I am bothered, and I'm like,
Where's your heart?
why? When you love someone, you would not speak ill of them behind them. Like
Heart.
it's just most of these things, yeah. You have to experience these things to understand. I have experienced people talk bad about someone, and I'm like, I don't see all these things that you people are saying about this person. But then after a while, when I reflected on it, I saw, okay, I felt like this about this person because of the way I felt about the person. So you would love to an extent. Love does not make you blind. Love is not blind. Love does not make you blind to people's flaws. No, but love
And the origin
makes
of that
you
blind. Hey, Auntie Tani, you are who? Better open your eye.
exactly. Love is not blind. Love does not make you blind to their flaws, but love makes you understand the flaws. So it is not that you don't see that this person has this bad behavior, but you see the person's bad behavior and either you know how to deal with it or you have, I don't know, but like
Regardless.
people need to really understand. People need to understand it, and no one, see, understanding this statement of no one is perfect, we use it a lot, but to an extent we don't understand it, that no one is actually perfect because everyone sees themselves as perfect. On the one
Yeah.
end, everyone does see themselves as,
Yes.
so people
Yes.
start to talk about, I've seen people
Yes.
talk about someone, like I've had people that they'll talk, you'll be talking about someone, and then when you're saying about that person, you have that same characteristics. And I'm like, eh, really? Wow. You
Oh
don't
yeah, just
say. But like, do
own
you check yourself?
lens is the correct lens.
Exactly. Like Jesus even said, before you remove the mote in
Eh,
your brother's eye, the beam in your eye,
plug
have you removed
good.
it?
That's horrible.
Exactly. You would not know
Plug
what
in.
beam. Check what
Mm.
beam is in the dictionary. So if you understand that you are not perfect, do you really understand? Do you see your own flaws? Are you blind to your flaws? When you see your flaws and you see other people's flaws, you know that yeah, people are not perfect. You can show love and you can accommodate someone in love.
That was interesting. I think
Can you hear
how
me?
did I get here? Yeah, I can hear you. We've we've we went from, would I say, boundaries to dating to defining what love is. Yeah, I remember how we got here. You mentioned something about how that statement "I love you" is an indication to take a casual dating relationship to a notch higher, to being committed. And another thing I wanted to add is there are boundaries in every relationship. There are boundaries that guide every relationship or that protect every relationship. And the boundaries you have with your friends are not the same boundaries you have with the boundaries you have with a platonic relationship. Is not the same boundary you have with a work relationship. It's not the same boundary you have with a dating relationship. It's not the same boundary you have with a committed relationship. But every relationship has boundaries, and it's important to clarify what those boundaries are and ensure that the lines are not blurred. Because the moment the lines begin to be blurred, the illustration you gave of you work with somebody or you go to school with somebody, and because you call them to ask them how they are and they share something personal, this person now starts to assume that we are friends. Maintain that boundary. So there are wise ways to ensure that you have a quality work relationship or connection with this person, but the boundary is clearly stated that we are not friends, we are colleagues, and our relationship is strictly work. There are ways to, which I think we'll talk about in another video because we need to round up this one. There are ways to state boundaries and stay firm on your boundaries. Because again, there are some people, the people we call wish, that intentionally try to break your boundaries or defy your boundary. They know you have a boundary, but they intentionally want to pitch in. They intentionally want that boundary to not to work with them. They want to be above that boundary. No, no, no.
And see, boundaries are something that you have to be brutal with, because I don't want to use brutal because, but yes, to an extent. See, some people have the tendency to trample on anything that looks, you know, anything that is good. They just want to trample on it. So those kind of people still exist. Why, I don't know, but those kind of
Witch-
people exist.
Witchcraft.
And I feel like boundaries have to begin with yourself. Like everything we've said, see, love, everything we've stated starts from you. Love yourself, then have a boundary with yourself. If you do not, if you're a person that does not have boundaries, it becomes difficult
Yeah.
having or creating boundaries with people. And
Yeah.
when you create your boundaries, be very, very brutal about it. Because there are people that would find every ways, every means to fly fence. Your boundary is like a fence, but some people want to fly that fence. So you have to now add spikes to your fence to make sure that when they try to fly, it will cut them and you throw them back out. You know, stuff like that. And it is very, very important for your emotional health, for your is it mine? Is it my reception or yours? I don't even
I'm
know
not
at
sure
this
about
point.
now. So I
I'm
can hear
using
you now.
Ethel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I do not think I can be heard.
I can
Can you hear
hear
me
you.
now?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yep. Okay, now I can't hear you. Okay. While we wait for goodness to be back, a couple of things that we've touched on in this conversation is, how did we even start? We touched on boundaries. That's where we're at now. Boundaries in relationships. We touched on some foundations of relationship. We touched on trust, safety, being safe in relationship, handling trust, handling different kinds of relationships, communication in different kinds of relationships. What else have we touched on? That's what I can remember now. It's been a long conversation. But yeah, um, I'm not. I'm waiting for goodness to be back. But in case what are your thoughts? We've asked some questions in this conversation. We asked some questions about love. What is love? What do you think dating is? What do you think? Yeah, we talked about situationship too. You on that table, situationship people, talking stage people. We talked about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you agree with? What don't you agree with? What are your thoughts? Because we are sharing our thoughts. You have freedom of your own choice, opinion, and thoughts too. If you want to share, you can share in the comment section. And goodness is back. Hi, goodness. Okay, now I can't hear you. Are you saying something? Are you saying something? I can't hear you.
My reception is very, very
You
reception
know
is
what?
very bad
We
on
talk.
my end.
I think we can round up.
Ethel
Can you hear me?
keeps going on and off. Can you hear me now? Can
Yes,
you hear
I
me
can.
now?
I'm this close to ending the call.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Okay,
Can you hear me
done.
now?
Yes,
Is it any better?
yes. No, it's not better. All right, that's it. That's it. We're done. I'm done. Cut, cut, cut. So I just really wanted to have this conversation. We can call it a conversation now. I want to say thank you, Goodness. I don't think it's off the call now. But thank you, Goodness, for doing this with me. If you've not seen the previous episodes, I feel like we touched on so many things in those previous episodes that gave context to this particular conversation. So if you've not seen it, it will be linked at the end of this video. Check them out. Speak with Wura is a series on its own, an ongoing series that you don't want to miss out on. All right. Thank you for staying to the end of this live. Bye. I'm gonna go before I get tempted to dance, because anytime I'm excited, I used to dance. But yeah, bye. Bye. No, I don't want to go.